She glances at you again. That subtle smile, the quick laugh when you speak, the way she slightly leans closer without realizing it. These aren't coincidences. Something is happening, and it's more powerful than you think. Many men completely miss the signs that a woman is attracted to them because they are distracted by surface-level behavior, like how she dresses or how she talks. But attraction isn't obvious, it's subconscious. Women communicate what they feel with micro-expressions, body language, and subtle behaviors that almost no man notices unless he's trained to see them. And here's the truth: most men never see it, which is why they remain invisible to the women who are quietly captivated by them. When a woman has a crush, she isn't thinking about strategy or manipulation. She's responding to your energy. She's attuned to your confidence, your presence, the way you carry yourself in a room. A casual comment, a slight touch, or even your laugh can trigger a cascade of feelings in her mind. She will look for ways to prolong your attention, find excuses to be near you, and mirror your movements without realizing it. This is subconscious attraction at its rawest form. Many men confuse friendliness with interest, but here's the distinction. A woman who is genuinely interested will invest energy in noticing you, your habits, your moods, your preferences. She'll remember things you said in passing, smile at small gestures, and test subtle boundaries to gauge how you respond. These are not casual signals. These are signals of fascination, of someone letting themselves feel drawn to you before even admitting it to themselves. You need to learn to see these signals clearly, because understanding them is not just about dating, it's about understanding female psychology and human connection at a deeper level. Once you recognize the patterns, you can respond with the right energy, reinforcing her attraction naturally without appearing needy or manipulative. Here's a key question for you to consider as we move forward. How often have you missed the silent signs that she wanted more than just friendship? Think about it carefully, because what comes next will reveal exactly how to identify her crush without her having to say a word. Now that you understand the subtle signals, it's time to decode the behavioral patterns that women exhibit when they have a crush. This isn't guesswork, this is psychology. Women, like all humans, respond to attraction instinctively. Their actions are often involuntary, and that's why many men overlook them. One of the first signs is eye contact that lingers just a moment too long. She'll catch your gaze, look away, then look back again, almost as if she's measuring your response. This isn't about playfulness. It's a subconscious test to see how you react under attention. A man who notices this can respond with subtle confidence. Hold her gaze for a beat longer than usual, smile slightly, and shift your attention elsewhere. This creates a magnetic pull because it mirrors the push and pull that she is unconsciously enacting. Next, notice how she mirrors your movements and speech patterns. When someone is attracted, they will begin to imitate gestures, posture, and even tone without realizing it. If you cross your arms, she may do the same. If you lean forward, she mirrors that lean. This is a psychological phenomenon called mirroring, and it's her mind's way of creating a bond and signaling comfort. The more natural her mirroring is, the stronger her subconscious interest. Then there's the subtle investment of attention. She'll comment on small details, ask questions about your day, or reference something you mentioned in passing days ago. A woman with no emotional interest might engage casually, but she won't remember the tiny nuances. Her memory and attention are being focused intentionally on you. This is her attraction speaking louder than words. Physical proximity is another telltale sign. She may lean closer in a conversation, touch her hair, or angle her body toward you while chatting. These micro-behaviors indicate comfort and subconscious desire to be noticed. She wants to be in your space without violating boundaries, and her gestures reveal her internal calculation of risk versus connection. Finally, playfulness and teasing often accompany a crush. Light sarcasm, joking, and gentle ribbing are her way of creating a private language between you two. She's testing your temperament, your confidence, and your ability to respond with ease and humor. Pay attention to these behaviors combined. They are far more telling than words alone. A woman who consistently exhibits these patterns is experiencing a crush, even if she never admits it. Now, let's dig deeper into the emotional triggers that reveal a woman's crush. This is where the psychology gets intense, and most men completely miss it. Women don't just communicate attraction through gestures. They reveal it through subtle emotional cues that are easy to overlook if you're not paying close attention. One of the clearest signs is emotional availability paired with vulnerability. If she shares personal stories, frustrations, or insecurities with you, especially without being prompted, she's signaling trust and a desire for closeness. A woman guards her emotional world carefully, so when she opens up, it's a powerful indicator that she wants a connection beyond casual interaction. Notice the topics she chooses. She may casually mention family dynamics, past experiences, or personal dreams. These are markers of her testing the waters, seeing if you can handle her complexity without judgment. Then there's emotional consistency in her responses. A crush often manifests as a pattern. Her tone, her enthusiasm, and her energy fluctuate depending on your interaction. She might brighten when she sees you, laugh a little louder, or show subtle signs of nervousness. Conversely, she might withdraw if she perceives distance or disinterest from you. Pay attention to how she reacts to your attention, or lack of it. Her emotional shifts are deliberate and subconscious, designed to gauge your responsiveness. Another critical element is protectiveness and subtle care. She may remember your preferences, offer help when you're stressed, or check in on your well-being. This isn't just politeness, it's a signal that she prioritizes you emotionally. When she notices a change in your mood, she responds, not as a friend necessarily, but as someone emotionally invested. This is how attraction weaves itself into daily interactions. Watch for emotional mirroring. When you express excitement, frustration, or curiosity, she reflects those emotions in subtle ways. Her body language, facial expressions, and energy often echo yours. Mirroring is her unconscious method of bonding and reinforcing connection. A woman who mirrors you consistently is signaling interest on a deep psychological level. Finally, notice how she initiates emotional engagement. Does she send you random messages, drop hints about her life, or seek your opinion on personal matters? These behaviors are emotionally strategic. She's not just chatting, she's testing the emotional compatibility between you, seeing if you can respond with empathy, confidence, and understanding. Now that you understand the emotional cues, it's time to uncover the behavioral habits that indicate she's seriously crushing on you. These are the actions that speak louder than words, subtle yet impossible to fake over time. If you miss these, you'll never fully recognize her interest. First, observe how often she seeks your presence. A woman with a crush will find ways to be around you, even in mundane settings. She might choose to sit near you in group situations, pop up where she knows you'll be, or volunteer to work on projects with you. This is not coincidence. She's subtly creating opportunities for interaction, testing your attention, and gauging your response. The pattern is key. Random appearances are one thing, but repeated proximity is a behavioral marker of interest. Next, pay attention to her playful teasing and light sarcasm. This isn't about mean-spirited jokes. It's a flirtatious tactic designed to spark engagement. Teasing releases dopamine, creates tension, and signals comfort. If she's willing to make fun of you lightly, it shows she feels safe and connected, and it's her way of saying, "I enjoy interacting with you and want you to notice me." Then there's subtle mimicry of your actions. You might not even realize it, but she may adopt your gestures, speech patterns, or habits unconsciously. This behavioral mirroring is a psychological trick that builds rapport and fosters attraction. The more she mirrors you, the stronger the subconscious bond she's forming. Her body is literally syncing with yours. Another major indicator is active interest in your life details. A woman with a crush asks questions about your day, remembers small facts about your routines, and notices shifts in your behavior or mood. She isn't just being polite. She's creating a mental map of your life, showing that you occupy space in her thoughts even when you're not around. Watch for subtle prioritization. She might rearrange her schedule to spend time with you, reply quickly to messages, or go out of her way to accommodate your preferences. This behavior reveals that she values your presence over convenience or habit. Attraction is often displayed through investment, and her willingness to adjust herself is a strong behavioral clue. Finally, observe her reactions to other women in your life. While subtle, a crush often triggers small competitive behaviors or protective instincts. She may comment on your interactions, display slight jealousy, or seek reassurance about her place in your attention. These are signs of unconscious emotional investment. Recognizing these behavioral habits allows you to see beyond words, revealing her hidden levels of attraction. Watch for emotional mirroring. When you express excitement, frustration, or curiosity, she reflects those emotions in subtle ways. Her body language, facial expressions, and energy often echo yours. Mirroring is her unconscious method of bonding and reinforcing connection. A woman who mirrors you consistently is signaling interest on a deep psychological level. Finally, notice how she initiates emotional engagement. Does she send you random messages, drop hints about her life, or seek your opinion on personal matters? These behaviors are emotionally strategic. She's not just chatting, she's testing the emotional compatibility between you, seeing if you can respond with empathy, confidence, and understanding. Now that you've learned to read emotional and behavioral cues, let's focus on the physical signals, the small, often unconscious gestures that reveal a woman's crush. These are the things she cannot easily control, the subtle signs that speak louder than words ever could. One of the most telling signs is eye contact. Not just casual glances, but prolonged, intentional eye contact that lingers slightly longer than normal. She might dart her eyes away quickly if caught, but the frequency and intensity of these glances are key indicators. Eyes are a window to her interest. If she maintains or seeks them, it's because she's drawn to you. Next, pay attention to micro-expressions of attraction, tiny smiles, lip bites, or quick flicks of hair away from her face. These are automatic signals of nervous excitement, indicating she wants your attention and is subconsciously trying to appear more appealing. They're brief, easy to miss, but when repeated in context, they're a clear sign of a crush. Another subtle physical signal is mirrored body language. If she copies your posture, leans in when you do, or mimics your gestures, this isn't coincidence. Mirroring is an unconscious way of building rapport and signaling connection. A woman who mirrors you physically is emotionally syncing with you, even if she isn't aware she's doing it. Notice proximity and touch. A crush often expresses itself through small touches, lightly brushing your arm, playful nudges, or lingering handshakes. She'll find excuses to be near you, reducing the physical distance in natural, unforced ways. These actions are rarely intentional but carry huge meaning. She's comfortable and wants closeness. Her tone of voice and laughter are equally revealing. When she laughs more at your jokes than others, or softens her voice around you, it's a subtle sign of attraction. People unconsciously modulate their voices to appear more appealing to those they like. Likewise, a sudden warmth or brightness in her tone is a physical manifestation of her interest. Finally, nervous gestures, fiddling with her hair, jewelry, or clothing, often indicate heightened arousal and self-consciousness when you're around. While she may appear casual, these tiny movements reveal she's invested in how you perceive her. Understanding these physical cues completes the picture. Emotional signals, behavior patterns, and physical gestures together reveal her true feelings. Now that you know how to recognize the emotional, behavioral, and physical signals of a woman's crush, it's time to talk about what you should do next, the strategic way to respond that respects her feelings while building attraction. This is where most men falter. They either overreact, misinterpret signals, or fail to act at all. But when handled correctly, you can transform subtle signs into meaningful connection. First, match her energy without overdoing it. If she's playful, respond playfully. If she's slightly shy or reserved, mirror that gently. Don't overwhelm her. People are drawn to confidence balanced with empathy, and matching her energy shows you're aware and attuned, creating trust. Second, use light, non-threatening touch when appropriate. A tap on the shoulder, a brief hand brush, or guiding her gently in a playful context reinforces the physical connection she's already signaling. It's important these touches feel natural and contextually appropriate, because forced or sudden contact can ruin everything.